Good afternoon, everyone. This is David Smith. I am still at the Develop Conference in Brighton, and I'm very pleased to have with me Paddy Sinclair, who is the Chief Exec of Proper Games from Dundee in Scotland. Paddy, please, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Paddy Sinclair, CEO of Proper Games, based up in Dundee. Um, Proper Games is a small independent developer specializing in the downloadable space. In the past, it's been on console. We're now moving towards Facebook, iOS, and other mobile platforms. Um,
Fantastic. And how did you come to set up Proper Games in the first place?
uh, one five years ago now, myself and various colleagues worked at Visual Science, and we've been investigating some projects within the company for the downloadable space, and we've had plans fairly advanced to spin out an internal unit. Unfortunately, due to a variety of factors, Visual Science went into receivership at the time. Because our plans were quite advanced, we sort of pressed forward on our own devices for this, and that's kind of how we came from Visual Science to Proper Games, which is where we are now. So, you know, when we founded the company back in 2006, there was seven of us came from the company, and over the years we've sort of gone up and down a little bit, but we've stabilised around about 10 people now, all dedicated to working on the downloadable space.
And what was your role at Visual Science? Did you have to put your hand up to be Chief Exec of Proper Games, or was it a natural move from what you were doing at Visual Science?
It was certainly a very unnatural move for me. I was at the time working in the IT department. I'd previously been a programmer there, so been looking, being on the production floor, the problems with servicing the production floor and the rest of it. So it wasn't really a natural fit for me. The Effectively, we got some angel investment from friends and family, and so I was kind of Hobson's choice. I came with the money, so I became CEO, and it's been quite a learning curve.
Oh, fantastic! I mean, everyone has to start somewhere. So, what's unique about Proper Games, your company? Why would you say it's a great place to work?
I think it's because we're not always doing the same thing. I've really enjoyed my time at Visual Science. Working on quite large projects for major publishers like EA, Vivendi, and IDOS. But it's the long-term projects have a habit of going on for a long time. You're not seeing an end result out of it. Um, the market's evolving very much towards small, fun games now, and the ability to actually sort of get in, see a project from start to finish in maybe as little as 3 months. It's a fantastic opportunity to actually see it published to high quality. So, but it's also to be involved in all of the process, and we have a strict no prima donnas policy. If someone says I only do trash can modeling,
Yeah,
we can't use that person.
yeah,
If they happen to model really good trash cans, that's great. But can they do, if they do music as well, that'd be fantastic. So cross skill stuff like that, we really want to get people engaged in the whole process. And so, being a small company, everyone knows what we're doing constantly. Everyone's involved. We like to think there's complete transparency as far as is possible on a commercial ground, so people know what's going on. So you're not sort of being having stuff filtered down to you. You're getting the whole view. So the commercial realities. It's sort of a unique opportunity to actually really be involved and know why things are happening.
very, very good. And I know you're based up in Dundee in Scotland. Why would you say Dundee is a great place to live and to work?
It's very, very friendly. Part of the reason there's so many companies in Dundee was going back to DMA. DMA kind of set the ball rolling. But this established the games course Abate came from direct liaison with the guys at Real Time World. Sorry, DMA. I'm just remembering the sort of chronology. It
Yeah,
eventually become DMA.
yeah,
Eventually, by people moving on. But there's a huge cultural heritage. The place is full of gaming legends. You know, there's, it's always strikes me as odd. Kind of talking to Dave Jones. He's like a god to me. I grew up loving Lemmings, and Dave's very much still around. Former boss Russell Kay again, did some fantastic work on Lemmings, and fantastic guy. And he's still around. Everyone is still around.
Very good, very good.
So yeah, you're working in a culture that is loves games. The companies talk to each other constantly. There's no barriers to communication. So it's an open environment.
Great, great. And finally, Paddy, what advice would you give a job seeker looking to apply for a job with a company like Proper Games?
Primarily enthusiasm. It's as much as we'd like it to be a 9-to-5 job that you can rely on. The reality is games development is not quite 9 to 5. You normally have to put a little bit more in, but if you're wanting to put that little bit more in, it really helps. Flexibility, looking to do more than just what you train for. If you happen to you qualified as a coder, but actually you do a bit of art on the side. Actually, would like to see that art, going into your CV as well. Just broaden yourself out. It's I wouldn't say quite jack of all trades, but it's sort of willing to try all trades and willing to get involved in the whole process. If you just go in with a very narrow scope, a lot of the companies probably can't use you. But if you actually say, well, I'm willing to look into this, I'm going to do that. It's the person who can do. That's really what we're all looking for.
Great advice. Okay, Paddy Sinclair, Chief Exec of Proper Games. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.